For scholars in English language teaching and applied linguistics, selecting the right target journal is a high-wire act. You need to secure elite Scopus metrics and satisfy strict institutional requirements, while avoiding the predatory publishers that often hide in plain sight. Studies in English Language and Education, or SiELE, is a venue that addresses this specific conflict, provided your research matches its precise requirements. This visualization maps out SiELE's current standing on Scopus, showing a CITE score of 2.6. It holds a Q1 position across 3 distinct categories: language and linguistics, linguistics and language, and literature and literary theory. But those metrics come with rigid conditions. Submitting here requires a significant financial investment and forces you to navigate administrative tripwires that can disqualify a manuscript before it ever reaches a reviewer. The decision depends on your funding, your exact research topic, and your timeline. Let's look at the data to determine if the Q1 standing justifies the investment for your specific career path, or if the hurdles make it a costly trap. SiELE maintains a specialized editorial focus, specifically targeting research that connects linguistic theory with modern technological tools. Recent publications reveal a clear preference for studies on AI-assisted academic writing, corpus linguistics, and English for specific purposes, particularly within engineering education. If your manuscript is a broad survey of general student attitudes toward learning English, you are targeting the wrong journal. Broad, untethered topics face a high probability of immediate desk rejection. To pass screening, you must follow a very tight research formula. Identify a specific English learning problem, locate it in a defined context, explicitly state the research gap, and provide empirical evidence through a theoretical framework. To survive the initial editorial review, researchers must narrow their focus and demonstrate how their work advances these specific technology-integrated linguistic intersections. Beyond global metrics, local institutional recognition often dictates how much a publication actually counts for your career advancement. For example, SiELE is officially included on the Anna University Department of English Journalist as serial number 203. This specific listing is a prerequisite for many scholars in that ecosystem, satisfying the requirements for Ph.D. graduation and future research supervisor eligibility. However, you must recognize the indexing limits. While the Scopus coverage is robust, there is no current evidence that SiELE holds Web of Science core collection indexing, such as SSCI or AHCI. SiELE delivers the specific Scopus rankings and institutional list inclusion required for many Ph.D. scholars and supervisors. But if your institution strictly mandates a Web of Science listing for promotion, this target will not meet that standard. The most immediate barrier for most researchers is the cost of entry. This chart plots SiELE's position in the publishing landscape. It sits in the high impact tier, but the article processing charge is $500 for international authors, or 7 million Indonesian rupiah for local scholars. That fee secures global open access under a CC BY 4.0 license, along with DOI registration and professional layout editing. This openness ensures your research is not hidden behind a paywall, which typically increases citation visibility. You also have to budget your time. Even with the processing fee, the peer review and publication cycle typically requires a wait of 6 to 12 months. Because of this established timeline, you should ignore any third-party services promising 1-month publication in SiELE. The journal has publicly flagged these intermediaries as fraudulent. The combination of a $500 cost and a lengthy review period makes this a premium target, suitable only for funded researchers who can afford a patient timeline. Even with funding, you must clear SiELE's administrative hurdles. The editors enforce a hard manuscript limit of 5,000 to 8,000 words. This word count is comprehensive. It includes your abstract, all tables, and your APA 7th edition references. Most thesis chapters will require significant editing to meet this cap. The journal also employs a zero-tolerance policy on plagiarism, using Turnitin for the initial desk screening. The absolute threshold is 20%. If your similarity index hits 21%, the manuscript is deemed ineligible for review and rejected immediately. There is also a hidden logistical hurdle. In 2026, the journal migrated to a new publishing platform. Due to this migration, SiELE frequently freezes new submissions. At times, the portal will exclusively state that only invited authors can submit. Additionally, to maintain author diversity, the journal enforces a wait one issue rule, preventing any author from publishing in consecutive issues. These barriers mean a single oversight in word count, similarity percentage, or portal timing will result in immediate failure. To decide if SiELE is your next target, run your current project through this final decision framework. First, the financial gatekeeper. Do you have the institutional funding or personal budget to cover the $500 processing fee? If yes, look at your data. Is your research centered on contemporary intersections like AI, corpus linguistics, or ESP? Finally, look at your calendar. Can you wait up to a year for the final publication to appear? SiELE is the ideal target for funded scholars, particularly those requiring ANA University recognition, who are producing technology-enhanced linguistics research and need a Q1 Scopus win. You should avoid this journal if you are unfunded, working against an urgent graduation deadline, or conducting generic qualitative surveys without a specific technical focus. If you match the profile, your first step, before you spend weeks formatting to APA 7th edition, is to check the 2026 submission portal to ensure their digital doors are actually open.